Welcome to International News Network.
Good day. The security situation in Jutland is getting out of hand. The breakdown of infrastructure has affected the supply of provisions to many cities. Local population show no confidence in the government. Men and women began to loot, looking for food and drinkable water. Police in Jutland are overwhelmed and called for military assistance. There are riots and there are many wounded. Hospitals, who also receive many injured people from the natural disaster, are getting overcrowded. A local newspaper suggested children are dying due to poor coordination by the EU. We asked EU CPT and local authorities for their comment.
We spent all the time here in close cooperation and coordination with the local agency, and I can say that everything went very smoothly, and the reaction from our side and from the local side was very fast always. And I can say that we treated a lot of people here in the advanced medical post, and we delivered 3 babies here in this site.
We have a very good and close cooperation. For example, yesterday we had a ship accident where Estonian and Polish and Portuguese worked very closely together in a very dangerous situation.
This morning, the Portuguese CBRN team assisted the police of Wijkenholm. The team conducted a chemical reconnaissance in a destroyed laboratory and informed police on the presence of possible chemical war agents. Later, the CBRN team was also asked to detect the radiation level in another building. Yesterday evening, the Polish high-capacity pumping team pumped away water from a flooded power station to a creek over a distance of more than 1,000 meters. The pumping lasted all night, and only this morning the team could pack their equipment. This successful action helped to restore the power to the city of Haapsalu. Meanwhile, members of the Italian Advanced Medical Post continue day and night to treat injured men, women and children. Some injured were able to leave after first aid was applied. Others had to stay in the medical post after having surgery. At Haapsalu railway station, a car collided with a train. Due to this collision, one train cistern was broken and started leaking. Several people were injured. Local authorities asked the EU modules to support them in handling the situation. The CBRN unit detected the area and advised the local commander on possible threat of contamination. The high-capacity pumping team assisted their colleague firefighters in extracting the wounded from the area. After decontamination, at least 2 victims were treated on site by the medical specialists of the AMP. This afternoon I had an interview with Miroslav Lukesh, team leader of the European Civil Protection Team. Can you say something about the results that you have achieved in this disaster area?
High-capacity pumping team, for example, pump out water in 2 places very sensitive, and that means that the power plant is still working, and the people has a lot of water, drinking water. The advanced medical post treated a lot of people, and they had 3 new babies here from the EU citizens, EU-land citizens, and also the Portuguese. They make life easier for the department of this region, because they were able to say to the local authorities whether the area is clean or not. I'm pretty sure we can be proud of the work we did here in the area.
Today, the EU CPT and the Tactical Assistance and Support Team met with Mr. Klaus Sørensen, Director General of ECHO. Mr. Sørensen, you just paid a visit to the EU coordination team. What's your impression?
Well, my impression is that there is a good cooperation between the local government and the teams. And I'm very proud of the teams, and specifically the countries who send these teams from the EU countries.
What about the achievements so far?
What I heard is that a lot of patients are being helped in the hospital. There were some chemical problems which were being solved, and there was of course flooding in this area. So the high capacity pumping unit also could do some really good work here.
What would be your message to the world from a disaster area like this?
Well, if there is a disaster in the world, then we should all stand together. And the EU is showing that with the mechanism we have to sending units to disaster areas, and this is a good example of that.
So far our reports from Uland. James Watson, INN.